very, very strong, very good. And the Vietnam opposition, as you can see early on, looking to keep the ball on the floor. Early challenge there from Harris and an early talking to. He's left Mandung on the floor. Mandung plays his football for Visay and is immediately on the ball once again. That's a loose pass. That's a question or two. Tien Tan does well. Noticeable that Singapore looking to press very high up the pitch. Look at that, both Suhaimi and Harris. Very high attacking. Farid knocks the ball out of play for a throw-in. Singapore in the blue, Vietnam in the red. This group also consisting of Laos, Brunei and Malaysia. Centre-back is Tien Tan. First time they've gone long and space behind. Oh, what a strike! Just over the top. It's Shakir who's left hanging in the wake of Van Tan. He caught that one beautifully, and Iswan would have been absolutely helpless if that had gone into the top corner. He's got behind Shakir. Oh, that's just dipped. So an early threat. Again, neat and tidy build-up. There's the skipper. Throw into Vietnam, they got up there quickly again. There's space behind the full-back area. And Safwan is forced in conceding a corner. It has been a torrid opening 2 minutes. Playing short, playing at pace and with verve. Until the cross comes in. It's as poor a cross as you can possibly imagine. But now both Farid's on the right and Shakir on the left are being caught pressing forward, and Vietnam have been looking to capitalise on the space behind them. Hafiz, Shakir. Fahmi Arifin. Hafiz. Again, quickly into the play. Safwan clears. They really are looking sharp, Vietnam. They kept a fairly low profile in the build-up and then they burst onto the scene with a couple of friendly wins. I was lucky enough to watch that 3-1 over Santos and they really did look good. And there's a rhythm to their play. Minh Tuan, the number 11, is demanding the ball. He's not going to get it just here. Shafiq wanting to press. I think getting a word from the line from AD just to let's sit back a little bit. We've tried to press in the first couple of minutes and they played behind us. Vietnam are playing behind Singapore again. It's flowing football. Eventually, Shakir steps in. Enough of this. I think he caught his man, but he's got away with it. Rafiq is over to clear. Zaidi Iskander, Adi Luskander, as the graphic is telling him, he's really got his work cut out. The injury there is to Mandung, as Van Phuc can look on, I think, very approvingly with the start that his team have made to this SEA Games tournament. Shakir clears. Nice little touch from Sahil. Suhaimi turns. A little bit of space for Harris Harron. Sahil couldn't stretch. Vietnam on the counter once again as Farid is exposed. One in the middle. Top is one. So trimmed down a little bit in the last month or so since the end of the Malaysia football season and preparations for the SEA Games as Sahil can control the ball, and it's a throw into the red shirt at Vietnam, who have started really confidently. Safwan shielding his man. Tuan, he's the man who had that headed opportunity. He'll be the target for this long throw. Safwan, it's a good header there. He'll come back in once again, so there's a matchup. 18 Hamin Tuan against Safwan Barudin. Tien Tan demanding the ball, Min Tuan. Hong Kong back to his goalkeeper, Boon Gok. I think that's Boo's first touch. Shakir clears. Suhaimi over his head. It's Vietnam who pick up the second ball. And it's behind the overlapping runner, but look at the number of red shirts that were willing to get forward there. Blanquet couldn't quite get the ball out wide, but he had players going left, right, as well as options through the centre. It's a very attacking start by Van Fook's team. Suhaimi Arifin, Hafiz Sujad. It's from measured ball for Sahil. Shafiq Ghani will chase. Singapore will be advised just to get a few passes under their belt. One or two nerves undoubtedly after the way they conceded that late equaliser against Laos. Sahil, a little bit too much close attention from the enforcer in the middle of the park. Tan Hien. Safwan's made his way to the far post and looks for Afik. Does that so well. And Faris drives a shot just wide of Buangok's post. But Safwan Barudin's ability to rise at the far post is well known if you follow the Malaysia Super League. The shot coming in from Faris Ramli wasn't too far wide. That's better from Singapore. Shakir does well. He inadvertently caught his man. I think the referee might have a word. There's nothing sinister there from Shakir. Well, he's picked up a yellow card for it. Andung it is, who again is in a crumpled heap on the floor. What intent is there? No. There's absolutely nothing Shakir can do about that. He's very much on the ball. Wins the header, and now he's stumbling. But it's a free kick in a decent area. Shakir receives yellow. Van Hung tries to embarrass his one at his near post. I think his one had a scary moment or two as that curled in towards his near post. His positioning is on the far post, anticipating the cross. Shakir. Zulfami. The intention from Sahil was good. The execution into Hafiz not so good. Match conditions just about perfect here. The Zaya Tiri Stadium. Was coming from Min Tuan. Safwan, I think the flag's up against Ha Min Tuan for offside. Shakir in quickly, maybe on a yellow card, but we won't hold Shakir Hamza back. Andung is fully recovered. Bang Hung just lofts one. That's meat and drink to Safwan. Second ball though is picked up by Vietnam. Safwan just protects his goalkeeper. Afik into Zulfami. Very early in the situation to be talking about the knockout phases, but the top two from each group will make it through to the semi-finals. This is a tough group. Malaysia, the defending champions. There's a foul there from Safwan and a yellow card for Safwan Barudin. Just got too tight into Ha Min Tuan. I don't think Safwan can have too many complaints about that. Too tight, a little bit cynical. Now he's got 75 minutes plus just to make sure he doesn't make another similar indiscretion. Referee Monkol, absolutely no choice but to brandish the yellow card. Nice ball into Shafiq Ghani. Hafiz Sujad. High break on the edge of the box. Shafiq was trying to get there. Belted clear. Zul picks up the rebound and then loses possession. Safwan had to recover quickly. Turnover of possession too easy. Couple of times there from Singapore. Certainly Suhaimi in a dangerous position. Body strength. Harmin Tuan was really trying to make life difficult for him. Tan Tien puts the header in and Shafiq loses out the 50-50. Singapore, I think, will be relieved that they're still level at this stage of the game. Very much they've been second best. They did have the one chance for Faris Ramli, driven wide. But otherwise, it's this man, Vu Minh Tuan, who's really been dominating in the centre of the park. Tan Hien. Quang Hung. Confident in possession. Quang Hung, little give and go. And pace to burn as well. Vu Minh Tuan. Sliding tackle from Afiq Yunus. Quang Hung. Clever from Harris. A bit wasteful, the ball up. There's no way that Sahil will be able to compete for that. Harris picks up the second ball and Farid Hamid. Faris out to his right. Here is Faris. Farid's. Harris, nice little triangle. Faris Ramli gets the look of the bounce and Faris looks for Sahil. Farid Hamid under pressure. Harris, some good harrying. Tan Hien. Wang, and this is Vu Minh Tuan once again. Ghani is going to be having a talking to here. Didn't like the pressure he was under and lashed out a little bit. No doubting the Vietnam players aren't scared to make a meal of things, but Tan Hien certainly caught by Shafiq Ghani. 0-0. Earlier on, Malaysia beat Brunei 2-0. Brunei played 2, lost 2. Goal difference of -9. So they lost 7-0 to Vietnam on match day 1. That's better from Shafiq. Not scared to put himself about Harmin Tuan, the number 18. Very much an old-fashioned centre forward. You're watching the SEA Games. It's men's football group involving Malaysia and Brunei and Laos, as well as these two nations, Singapore and Vietnam. Singapore have taken a little bit of the sting out of Vietnam's very, very bright opening. Shakir to Hafiz. Do though have 2 players on yellow cards. Shakir Hamza is one of them, and Safwan Baroudin, so it's 2 of the back 4. Shafiq Ghani. It's a cute little ball into the near post. Very much an encourager rather than a screamer and shouter on the line. similar to Hidi Iskander. He likes to encourage and get his teams to play football. It's Hidi's instructions you can hear being barked from the technical area. Harris onto Shafiq. Haris Harun looks for Faris. It's picked out by Tian Hien, and Vietnam can break. They've got a man over. Slow in getting it though to Minh Tuan. He's got magic in those feet, Minh Tuan. The overlap from Quang Hang. Singapore though, enough blue shirts back to clear, and Harris is nice and calm in his distribution. And Faris Ramli just caught by his fullback. '27 SEA Games. We're in Naypyidaw for Singapore's attempts to wrest the SEA Games gold back. It's a long time since it's been here in Singapore. Faris Ramli there just explaining how his fullback got a knock. It was as the fullback made a tackle, and suggestion there from Faris's opponent that Faris was put a little kick out there. Don't think there was anything in that. Here is the incident. Doesn't look to be anything in that, but Tan Hien getting some treatment. It's the 4th time the trainer's been on for Vietnam. Get passionate about their football in Myanmar. There's a thriving local league. Sivaji is still a peer, of course. And I bumped into a former S-League player who's playing his trade up here, Vita Senyakachi. A long ball over the top, was looking for Sahil. Look lively, young Sahil. A season with the Coach Young Lions, but didn't play an awful lot of games. Trambu Ngok is long in those luminous orange boots. Shafiq guy, they can't protect it. Carried to Safwan. There's Ramli. Safwan to Hafiz Sujad. Let's change those studs. Hafiz Sujad. It's hit twice when just trying to receive that ball. Couldn't react when Mandung went away with possession. Minh Tuan the target. Yeah, closely shepherded by Safwan. He's a very, very good defender, Safwan Barudim. Playing his trade in the domestic league with the Lions 12 once again. A touted move to Terengganu T-Team. Fell through. Harris will be with Johor. Shot comes in. Izwan. Good safe handling from Izwan Mabud. Confident with the ball at his feet as well. That's lovely football. Faris and Farid trying to combine. This is better now from Singapore in the last 5 minutes. Chen Tan. Quang Hung. pretty intricate football, but not getting very far at the moment, Vietnam. Sideways and backwards, and eventually the long ball is launched forward, and Safwan will lead those up 99 times out of 100. A little foot was left in on Shakir there. That's the reason for the free kick. Again, it was Harmin Tuan. This one clears. Suhaimi does well. Hafiz trying to slide it into Sahil. And then Shafiq Ghani guilty of another foul on Tan Hien. I have liked the movement of Sahil. This is a match that Singapore definitely cannot afford to lose. Even a draw would make life very difficult to put them into the matchup against Malaysia. Really in a must-win situation. Safwan again, imperious in the air. Faris looks for Hafiz. Kwang Hung is in there first. Faris does some defensive work. Safwan, right place, right time again. Stealing a few yards, but Mandung just trying to play the ball back. He was a little bit isolated. Again, Vietnam picking up the second ball. Vu Minh Tuan. Just behind the skipper, Van Kiet. Harris. Feek onto Shakir. Harris closed down by Van Kiet. Indeed, it's the other central midfielder, Vu Minh Tuan, who's closed him down. Hafiz into Suhaimi. Harris, nice little touch. Stolen about 10 yards there. That'll be a throw into Singapore. Kwang Hung. Referees don't mind if they steal a yard, maybe even 5. That was getting a bit silly. Approaching the half-hour mark in Naypyidaw. A bright opening by Vietnam. Looked pretty worrying for Singapore, but they've slowly but surely earned their place in this game. And now they have a free kick. And Zol with those socks over his shin pads. It's his own little unique style. Safwan's far post. Afiq Yunus also up there. Haris Harun making a trio of really good players in the air. Breaks. Safwan again causing consternation for Vietnam. Didn't hit the target, but they need to get hold of the big man, Safwan. It's not that he's that big, he just jumps so well. This time he backed off and got the strike in on goal. is. I think that was for offside. Yeah, the man coming back. Suhaimi. Shakir. Touch lets him down. Mandung it was who was quickly closing down. Shafiq. Lots of these triangles from Singapore, but nearly always in their own half. Haven't had much chance to get forward and try the intricate stuff on the edge of the Vietnam penalty area. Given away by Safwan. Harris wins it back. Wants the throw in, doesn't get it. Safwan bundled over there by Harmin Tuan. Pressurised by Van Tan, sorry. Tien Tan. Shakir. That's a decent ball for Shafiq Ghani, for Sahil. Oh, clever from Sahil. A corner for Singapore, but that was a lovely bit of impudent play from Sahil. He was then unceremoniously bundled off the ball, as you can see, suggesting an elbow, but it's a wonderful piece of skill from Sahil Suhaimi. I do hope the director lets us have another little look at that. It was a beautiful nutmeg on the edge of the 18-yard box. First corner though for Singapore. Zul plays it short. They were trying to work a little angle for Sahil, and instead they'll get caught on the break. Farid works ever so hard to win it back. Vu Minh Tuan it was who was motoring away. But that came from a Singapore corner. A training ground routine that went wrong, and then suddenly, bang, the pacey Vu Minh Tuan is galloping away down the left-hand side. Oh, Sasikuma was saying that Vu Minh Tuan is a Messi-like. He didn't say he was Messi. He said he was Messi-like in his ability to interchange places, take players on, control the game. And he's got a lovely left foot. And I think he's showing signs of his ability. Sahil caught late, free kick. Apologies from Tien Han. Now we've seen Shafiq Ghani perform a miracle or two from here. And he's being ushered away, and Zulfami Arifin instead will have the responsibility to curl this one. Again, the big three are up there, as is Shakir Hamza. Zul's cross. They're not dealing with the high ball too effectively, are Vietnam. They've got it clear. There's certainly worried looks every time the ball looks like it's going to be spinning. Shakir's got a long throw. Safwan near post. Afiq Yunos just behind him. Safwan's header. Boon Gok again. Quick delivery. Afiq Shafi's covering at left back, throw into Singapore. That was the skipper, Bankiet, who was trying to break away, but just held up by Hafiz Sujad, who, as usual, is doing a good job for the team. Shafiq to Sahil. Good feed from Sahil, followed by a poor pass. And that puts Singapore under pressure. Safwan's being dragged out of the middle. Cross though, not good. Antoine. Shafiq tried to control on his chest, helped for by Tien Tan. Then there's a lot of space for them to work in. Van Tam. This is Mandung. Well cleared, Shakir Hamza. He's a very reliable defender, Shakir Hamza. Antoine. A lot of red shirts forward for this attack. Afik Yunus stretches a neck. Hafiz Sujad wins the throw-in. Mandung it was, flying in with the sliding challenge, but good strong centre-back play from Afik. And for all the pretty play, this one hasn't had an awful lot to do. Couple of shots have fizzed wide and over. Just had the one save of note to make. Sahil. Certainly it's a good place for Sahil to grow into the international game, this under-23 tournament. Gives young players a chance just to play at a better level. Harris making a meal of the contact from Van Tam, but it was a free kick. And this, the latest in a stream of free kicks. Shafiq Ghani this time saying to Zul, you go away, your delivery's not been that great. Let's see what I can do. Again, the big boys are up. Shafiq, header from Harris, come off a Vietnam defender for a corner, the second of the match for Singapore. .2 goalkeeper Tran Boon Yok melting out his orders. Dong Tap goalkeeper. The header is cleared by Harris, claims for a hand by Singapore, but now they might be caught on the break. This is Boo Minh Tuan. Mandung. Blue shirt streaming back, and they got back really quickly. That was good discipline, because Vietnam can hit a pace. Mandung. Van Tam. Lovely ball, Quang Hung. Afrik Hunos with a desperate but wonderful sliding tackle. He deserves the high five. Great ball in from the Levantan. Clear it properly, but gets an important block. That was a clean strike from Tan Hien. Good communication from Iswam and Sapwam. Defensively, they've been a very strong unit, Singapore. Hafiz. Sujad. 3 minutes to half time. Hafiz disappears under the graphic. Zulfahmi, here's Hafiz. Again the triangle. Zul this time just tries to spread the play. Faris, intended target. Manhung doing well. Here's Duksam. The enforcer Tan Hien. Width provided. Ever willing Vu Minh Tuan wants the ball. Quang Hung. Afik's header, only picked up by Mandung. Afik again, very powerful in the air. Earlier on today in this group, Malaysia got their campaign off to a winning start, even if in unconvincing fashion, a 2-0 victory over Brunei. Afiq didn't make the clearance first time, successful second time, and Shakir is blocked. Safwan, terrific header. Mandung in space. Scary moment, but Harris can come away with possession for the blue-clad Singapore. Shafiq Ghani, Haris Harun, Shafiq. Lovely idea from Shafiq, looking for Sahil Suhaimi. Good defensive cover. Into those 2 minutes additional time.
There were 2 minutes of added time.
Gosh, the PA system's good. Corner number 3 for Zulfahmi. Goes far post. Might bounce through and in! Right on half time. I think it may well have deflection, but Sahil Suhaimi is going to claim it. Well, they weathered the storm, and now Singapore have the lead on the stroke of half-time.
Mohammed Sahil.
It's not a great clearance. Sahil, well, it's taken a deflection, no doubt about that, from Manhung. But Sahil it is on the edge of the box who gets the strike in. It's on target and sliced in by the centre-back. And that's a bonus goal for Singapore. And what a time to score, right on the half-time whistle. Sahil will certainly claim it. And you try and take it off him. That's a boost. Sahil looks for Shafiq Ghani. Lovely touch from Faris Ramli. He's got pace. Is he prepared to back himself? No, he wants Farid to make progress. Here is Farid Hamid. Faris makes another good run. Confirmation, Sahil given the goal despite the deflection. Zulfahmi does well. Safwan does even better and wins the throw-in. I suspect that'll be the last moment of this first half. Referee Mongkol Chai Peshri. Decides to carry on. Maybe the 30 seconds for the celebration of the goal coming into play. Vietnam fashion a chance. Safwan close. Afik Yunos. Good diving header from Afik Yunos. And Singapore will go in at half-time with the 1-goal lead, courtesy Sahil Suhaimi's deflected shot that came in first half injury time. They weathered an early storm, some very good pressure coming from Vietnam, but Sahil on the scoreboard for the second time in this tournament. He's given Singapore the lead against a team many rank as possible favourites for this tournament, Vietnam. Half-time, the blue shirts of Singapore lead the red shirts of Vietnam by a 1-0. Second half coming up live on these channels. Don't go too far away.
加了，漂亮了。
Substitution for Singapore. Player number 9, Mohammad Farid. Replaced by number 6, Mohammad Mohanar.
စင်ကာပူနိုင်ငံအသင်းမှနံပါတ်9မိုဟာမက်ဖာရစ်အစားနံပါတ်6မတ်တူအမ်မိုဟာနာကအစားထိုးဝင်ရောက်ကစားသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျာ
We welcome you back to Naypyidaw. It's the SEA Games group match between the Singapore and Vietnam. Singapore with a 1-0 lead at half-time, courtesy of Sahil Suhaimi. Half-time substitution has seen Farid Hamid replaced. Immediately Faris Ramley on the charge looking for the goal scorer. There being a deflected goal for Sahil Suhaimi. He's certainly going to be claiming it. Madhu will come on for Farid's. Very much a like-for-like player. Farid's possibly got a little bit more pace, but he had a tough old time against the pace of Van Tan and Mandung in the first half. Madhu, as you can see, the number 6 is just on the extreme left of your screen. He's just slotted into the right back slot. Afiq has acquitted himself very well. Vietnam 0, Singapore 1. Earlier on tonight, Malaysia 2-0 victors against Brunei. This is Quang Hung driving forward to the fullback. A chance to give you the 11 on the pitch for Bert Stanger's team, Adi Iskander's team. Bert Stanger on the touchline with him. For Singapore is one in goal. The back four now is Madu, Safwan, Afiq Yunus and Shakir Hamza. Haris Harun in the heart of midfield alongside Zulfami, Arafim, Hafiz Shujad left, Farish Ramli wide right, Sahil and Shafiq Ghani are the front two. This though is Vietnam through Wu Minh Tan breaking. Wang Yet, the skipper. The overlap from Quang Hung. Good defensive play from Shakir at the expense of a corner though for Vietnam. They've shown themselves to be a good footballing team, nice and pacey on the break. Their 11. Vuong Gok in goal, back for Quang Hang, Tian Tan, Man Hung and Gok Duk. I'll wait until after this corner from Mandung. Goes short. Changes the angle, but Harris makes the clearance. Then Manu's first involvement. To Harris. Protected the ball well from the left back Sam Ngok Duk. Shakir for Wu Minh Tan once again. This is Ngok Duk. Closed down by Shafiq Ghani. Sahil went long. Shafiq wanted him to go short. And a foul by Zulfami. See the communication there between Sahil and Shafiq. Header. Madu high in the air. Safwan uncontested. Gok Duk. It's behind the overlapping Mandung. Tried to lean it into the far post. There were 4 red shirts there. Everything is going around this fella. Wu Minh Tan. He's almost got a free roll across the top of the team. There he is once again, Wu Minh Tan. This is Van Tan. Gok Duk. Slides it into the hard-working Armin Tuan. Madu looks for and finds Shafiq Ghani. Drop pass, Faris, Sahil, Shafiq. Nice idea, poor execution. Van Tan picks up the second ball. Still Van Tan. Far post, the man over! Beyond Madu, couldn't slide it in, inevitably. It's Vu Minh Tuan. Striding run from the Van Tan. I'm sure there's two Vu Minh Tuans out there. The number 11 is there in your shot again in centre midfield, but he's getting forward ever so quickly. Foul from Vu Minh Tuan. Hafiz. Singapore leading courtesy the first half injury time goal from Sahil Suhaimi. Tian Tan. The holding midfielder is 26, Tian Hen. Man Hung, he's the man who deflected Sahil's shot into his own net. Tuan does well. Suhaimi does very well. Then loses possession. Afiq, desperate, strong challenge from Afiq Yunus. He's taken ball and man. Quang Hung eating Napador turf. Once again, Van Kiet. Minh Tan. Ma Minh Tan. Afiq couldn't get the challenge in, and Vu Minh Tan is denied by Iswan, but he's involved in everything. Plays for Tan Quang Ninh. But the number 11 is just looking to get on the back of every opening. That's on his weaker right foot. Straight at Iswan, whose positioning was strong. Madu's header. No news on Farid, but you can only suspect he's got a knock or a pull to be withdrawn at half-time. After that, O'Reilly has looked at it from a defensive point of view and decided Madu's the better player defensively. Farid's had an awful lot going forward. That from Singapore. Don't really see the point of going back to keeper to belt it forward. So Faris then retains possession. Harris Ramley. Madu. Zul. Languid looking player, Zulfami Arafin. Hafiz Sujad. Looks for Sahil. Of fouls, that one a little pullback on Mandung. Shafi Sujad. Defensively, it's been pretty strong from Singapore, as you'd expect. Harris, though, into possession. Confirmation of Shafiq's yellow card. Armin Tuan. Corner kick, number 4 for Vietnam. That's the skipper Van Kiet, who's having a bit more to say in this second half. Short corner, Singapore caught napping. Madu concedes another one. Vietnam 7-0 victors over Brunei on match day 1. Singapore held by Laos. Good ball in, defended expertly by Harris. And Zul can break. Not an awful lot on ahead of him. Manhung slows it down, finds Tan Hien. Van Tan. Conceded by Afi. What magic have we got? Bumin Tram line above the ball. It's a long, long way out. One poised. Bumin Tuan strikes it well, but you've got to hit the target at the very least. And the change. And we're seeing the end of Van Tan, whose surging run set up the best chance of this second half.
Substitution for Vietnam. Player number 17, Lee Van Tan. Replaced by number 19, Tran Phi Son.
Vietnam နိုင်ငံထဲမှာ number 19 Lee Van Tan စာ number 19 Tran Phi Son ကအစားထိုးကစားသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
We'll try and compete with the MC. And it's another attacking player who's come on for Vietnam. There was the substitute Phi Son. Lovely block tackle from Safwan. Had to time it right. Push. Big fella going over very easily, Manhung. Tien Tan looks for the width of Quang Hung. Coming back at Singapore too quickly. They somehow need to find a way to hold it up. It's all well and good having 2 banks of 4. Although that's not a great effort from Ngoc Duc, it is a sign that the pressure from Vietnam is building. 27 SEA Games from Myanmar. We are at Naypyidaw. Very impressive Zayat Teri Stadium. Certainly not full for this match. maybe for the latter stages of the tournament. Singapore clinging on to that 1-goal lead, courtesy of Sahil. Surging run from Kwang Hung. Hafiz gets the touch. Possessional stats very much in favour of Vietnam. Tham Minh Tuan does well. Harris, touch was sure in the penalty area, but this is what I'm talking about. The clearance instantly picked up by a red shirt, and the next wave of attacks will come from Vietnam. Quang Hung. Dispossessed by Dr. Fison. Step overs from Fison just took him back into trouble. Sahil is caught. Man Hung vociferous in his complaint, saying he got the ball. As soon as you slide along the ground, you're opening yourself up to the possibility of a free kick against you. Singapore leading by that 0-0 at the moment. They will be top of the group. If the score stays this way, it'll be 4 points from 2 games. Vietnam and Malaysia, 2 points each. Laos 1 from their 1 game, and Brunei 2 defeats. The top 2 go through. It's a round-robin set of fixtures. Singapore, of course, still have got to play Malaysia. That'll be fun. Brunei, who have improved after that 7-0 lashing from Vietnam. Aaron, that's clever to Faris Ramley. Well defended from a doctor. Mandung. Quang Hung. Again, the triangles very easy on the eye, Vietnam. Against lesser opposition, like a knife through butter. Singapore be made of sterner stuff. Fison. Safwan. Still though, the ball comes back. Time and space. Bankiet. Mandung. Desperate clearance from Afi Kunos. But the pressure is certainly building. Again, they go short. Understandable. Touch over the top. What a save, Israel. Fison has come on and made a real difference for Vietnam. Again, they're looking to take it early. It was a deflection and a touch from the keeper. Madu's header. More Vietnam pressure. Harris that time. And again, a red wins the second ball, but this time a little bit of relief. Here's the earlier effort, Fisson. Deflection. This one didn't get a touch, he didn't need to, but it was desperately close. Faris Ramli, dispossessed by Fisson. Shown a real energy since coming on. Tall. Shakir completes the clearance. We are halfway through the second half, and the substitution second will be made for Vietnam, and the skipper's coming off, Van Kiet, who's been relatively quiet by his standards. The big fella who's coming on, Hong Kwan.
Substitution for Vietnam. Player number 10, Nguyen Van Quar, replaced by number 9, Mat Hong Quan.
ဗီယက်နမ်နိုင်ငံအသင်းမှနံပါတ်10ငုယင်ဗန်ကူရဲ့အစားနံပါတ်9မက်ခုံကွမ်အားအစားထိုးဝင်ရောက်ကစားသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
It does look like another attacking substitution by Vietnam. Harris directs it. He thought back to Faris Ramli. Fisson does well. Hong Kwan. Vu Minh Truan. 4 for them, and there's a chance here for Sahil. Blatant block there from Man Hung. He can have no qualms about the yellow card thrust in his face. Poor old Sahil Suhaimi. He'll feel that one. That is a full body check as he knocked the ball past Man Hung. Sometimes forwards have got to be brave. They know that the contact is coming. They've still got to do it. Doesn't make it any less painful. There he goes, and whoa, that's a wrestling manoeuvre. Man Hung. So a free kick, and this is a good side. This is a good area for Zulfami. He can put it 10, 12 yards out. Too far out for the keeper, but he can attack it from there. Instead, he's pushed it 3 or 4 yards too far. Gok has made a safe catch. There was any contact at all. Madhu was stern in his defending, as is Madhu's way. This one sportingly puts the ball out of play so that Vu Minh Truan become the latest Vietnam player to receive treatment. Trainer's been on a phenomenal number of times in this game. Van Fook. Now this team play pretty patterns and they get plenty of players forward. For some reason, in this match anyway, they're not looking as though their end product is going to really showcase all the hard work that's gone in the build-up. Iqbal Hussain, big fella.
Substitution for Singapore. Player number 11, Muhammad Farid. Replaced by number 27, Muhammad Iqbal.
စင်ကာပူသင်းမှနံပါတ်7မိုဟာမက်ဖာရစ်အစားနံပါတ်29မိုဟာမက်အစ်ဘာလ်ကအစားထိုးဝင်ရောက်ကစားသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျာ
So it's a new partnership down the right-hand side for Singapore. Team to play in Hafiz Sujad, picked off by Quang Hung. Plays it back into Manhung. It's bubbled its way through. That's the state of play. Sahil Suhaimi's goal in first half injury time. Vietnam players forward. This one important fist, and then off the line from Badu. Suspect ankle has taken another knock. Does well here, attacking the first ball under pressure. But he's landed on Afid Yunus and is clearly struggling even there. He has had a few problems with this ankle as his one. Recall correctly, there was an injury first picked up in a World Cup qualifier in China and aggravated in a Malaysia Cup match against ATM.
Substitution for Vietnam. Player number 11, Phu Minh Tan. Replaced by number 8, Hong Dan Ngo.
Well,
ဗီယက်နမ်သင်းမှနံပါတ်7ဝူမင်တွန်အစားနံပါတ်8ဝမ်တန်ငေါ့ကအစားထိုးဝင်ရောက်ကစားသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Well, the outstanding player Vu Minh Tuan will not play any further part in this game. That's a bit of a surprise. Maybe it's going to be a more direct approach from Vietnam in the last 15 or 16 minutes. Touch for the new boy, Dan Ngoc Quang. Let's have a look how well Izwan strikes this ball. It's his right ankle that's causing him a problem. They followed through, okay. Iqbal looks for the second ball. High from Iqbal Hussain. They always see the softest of yellow cards. Iqbal Hussain's first involvement sees him pick up a yellow card. High foot, what's he meant to do? Yes, it's a foul. Iqbal, chance to show off his footballing skills. Hafiz Sujad, Suhaimi, Iqbal, dispossessed by Ngoc Duc, wins it back. It's a bit early to be heading into the corner flag. too easily dispossessed as well. Sahil has caught Tian Hien. Strikers challenge this. They've won it back. Now they can break on their own. Mandung. This is Wang. Deflected out for a corner by Shakir. It's playing like a winger is the number 20, Kwang Peng. Zonal marking from the blue shirt at Singapore. Suhaimi clears. This turn Shakir. Can't give it him. Fisson. Receiving treatment next. Didn't look to be running too well as he closed down on the last attack, and he was very easily turned by Kwang Peng. I wonder if Shakir will actually be able to carry on, because he doesn't look the greatest. By Tan Hien. Kwang Peng for Vietnam. Possessional stats very much in favour of Vietnam, but all the pros keep telling me it's what you do with the ball, not how long you've got it. Looping header from Hong Kwan after a looping cross from Kwang. Like pinball though, the ball just keeps coming back, and indeed it is a more direct Vietnam. An error from Safwan Baruddin, and he atones for it, and how?
Substitution for Singapore. Player number 2, Muhammad Shagar, replaced by number 20, Muhammad Isdin.
Singapore ทีมနံပါတ်2 Mohamed Shakir စာနံပါတ်20 Mohamed Isdin ကစားထုံးဝင်ရောက်ကစားသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Iqbal beaten very easily. Afiq Yunus clears. Isdin Shafiq is on for Singapore. Shakir couldn't continue. It will mean a reshuffle. Hafiz will shift to left back. Suhaimi will go to left midfield, and Isdin will be the holding midfielder. As Sahil, whose goal still separates the teams, works hard to win a throw-in. ticking against Vietnam. Those 7 goals seem a long time ago. Oh, it's harsh. Sahil. Looked to be a wonderful tackle. Shown real glimpses of being a very good player, Sahil Suhaimi. He's on his own up front at the moment. Not too many blue shirts very close to company. Lovely back flick. Quang Hung. Happy clears. Suhaimi looks for Sahil. As you can see, absolutely isolated on his own up front and looking out on his feet. Din loses out. Fisson, Madhu clears, comes straight back. Quang Quan to Quang Hung. Quang with the chance to cross. It's a lovely ball. Wonderful clearance, desperate clearance, Afi Kunos. And Singapore are hanging on there, sitting very deep. But they're hanging on. Shafiq Ghani, excellent header. Quang, floated ball. Madhu has to defend. Sam, Safwan. More magic from Safwan Baroudin. More desperation coming in from Vietnam. More running for Sahil. This has been about 6 or 7 minutes of relentless Vietnam pressure. Quang Hung. Afiq does well. Is Iqbal Hussein loses out to Hong Quan, and Hong Quan on the left. Hong Quan floats it too far. Head in hands time for Vietnam. Then knocking on the door. Since he came on. Sahil has to chase another long ball, and again it just comes straight back. And look how deep those lines are. It's 4-5, big space. Sahil. Hafiz Sujad gets an important touch. Iqbal Hussein, another desperate clearance. Sahil, and when it gets cleared this time, Sahil's not up front. Quang Hung again. Loaded to the far post. Quang, time and space, and the clearest opening so far for Vietnam. They just had the man over. Quang, he's not sure whether to go for goal or what to do. By the time he makes up his mind, the chance has gone. It's been resolute from Singapore. It's been backs to the wall, but it's been disciplined, it's been organised. From an aesthetic point of view, you would have liked them to have a bit more of a go as they pick up their 5th yellow card. This time Sahil Suhaimi for a little bit of time wasting. So that's Shakir, Safwan, Iqbal Hussain, Shafiq Ghani and Sahil Suhaimi, all in the referee's naughty book. Haris Harran. And the blue shirts retreat. Hong Kwan. Here's Wang, missed that glorious opportunity. Red shirts lining up on the edge of the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a very congested penalty area. Adu Mahana just waited for the error. Free kick against Sahil. 2.5 minutes on the clock, plus time to be added on. Zulfami Arifin. A 1-1 draw with Laos. That's how Singapore started their campaign. They received criticism for that, probably justifiably. Looking forward to the reaction if they can hold on for another 2 minutes to this. Wang Hung, 3 in the penalty area. Doesn't reach them though, it's a wasted cross. And the ball into the penalty area too often from Vietnam has been wasted. They've got into good positions wide, left and right. Certainly around the edge of the penalty area they got into great positions when Vu Minh Tuan was on. But they haven't worked Iswan enough. Safwan and Afiq have been immense in front of him. Really tough saves for Iswan. Not that many. Vietnam leaving 2 back to cope with Sahil, otherwise everybody is forward. Safwan belts it as high into the stands as he can here at the Zayed Tili Stadium. Isdin, Hafiz, Harris, Wang, kept in play by Huang Quan, Tien. Challenge from Afiq, good diving header from Afiq, 5 minutes. Whoa! I suppose with the substitutions and the yellow cards, indeed the trainer has been on the pitch a remarkable number of times. This one eats up 10 seconds of those 5 minutes. The ball out of play, and you look immediately, instructions, Shafiq Ghani, get back and defend. That's inside Hafiz, one time, plenty to aim for. Corner kick from Hafiz, who recovered his position. Wang will take him. 4, 5 red shirts in and around the penalty spot. Wang Quan is 9, Tien Yen is 26. The flick from Isdin. This is the left back and Donguk. Harris. Safwan, who else? But no one up front. This will just come pinging back. Time it's Afiq. Even Muangok, the keeper, wanting to get into the action. Route 1, but Safwan able to deal with that. Iqbal Hussain to Zul. Shafiq. Singapore just need to hold on to the ball. Isdin Shafiq. Harris. Need to string together 10 or 15 passes. Onside, Sahil. He's got Harris for support. Sahil, Harris, Harren. Harris, Harren! Oh, it's not crossed the line. And Vietnam can counter. But Singapore had bodies forward and Harris chases back. Wang off his own player. Hong Kwan. And that's comfortable for Izwan. Here at the other end, Harris goes one way. Thinks he's slid it under the keeper. Doesn't matter how you keep them out. And then at the other end, Wang's effort. Izwan hadn't handled the ball, so was able to invite the players to come on and challenge him before he picked it up. It's been fascinating. Madu being urged to speed things up by the match referee. Iqbal, Zulfami. Lifted over by Shafiq. 90 seconds less. Madu's beaten to the challenge by the hard-working Hong Kwan. Throw in Vietnam. No, throw in Singapore. Give Sahil Suhaimi real credit. He's been on his own up front. He's worked hard, he's run his socks off. He's accepted the physical challenge. And noticeable this time that none of the big guns are coming forward. Vietnam ball being forced back 10 yards and so into Iqbal playing for time. We've had the 5 minutes added on. Iqbal Hussain penalised. Last chance saloon for Vietnam. They'll believe they've earned a point, but they're not going to get one. A goal in first half injury time from Sahil Suhaimi means that Singapore belatedly get their SEA Games campaign up and running. They've won this one by a goal to nil. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Vietnam scored 7 in the match opener, held to a goalless by Singapore. Sahil Suhaimi's winner on 45 minutes gives us a final score in this group match. Vietnam 0, Singapore 1. Singapore go top of the group. Well, they did it. It wasn't pretty. I'm assuming that's it. Nobody wants to say that so I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Good. Thank you. See you soon. I don't know if I'm doing it. I'll take up my Okay. Thank you. Thank you.